What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant back again. And before we get started, if you don't mind, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Also, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. Can't say it enough. A little bit of help goes a long way. And this is just my way of saying big thank you to everybody. But yeah, if you don't mind doing those, we can go ahead and get started. As I am happy to announce that I've been getting into softball lately, women's college softball. In my opinion, and shout out to my bro Nick Boykins. He's been keeping tabs on the women's softball. I just butchered it. Anyway, he's been keeping tabs on it as well, and so I was thoroughly happy to. The first game I seen was between Texas and Texas A&M. It was a walk-off from a young lady on the Texas A&M squad. That game went down to the wire, just one for the ages. And from that point on, this was last week sometime. From that point on, man, I just been glued to the screen. Got to enjoy Texas, winning in dynamic fashion. Seeing a game with UCLA, those young ladies look very talented as well. But the team that I've been the most enamored with would just happen to be the defending champions 3 times over. It's this team called the Oklahoma Sooners. You may have heard them, may have not. Very talented, like I say, man. And today's game versus the Florida Gators was just another one of those instant classics. Come from behind win for the defending champions. And I got to say, I'm very impressed, man. They have an opportunity to four-peat as the actual championship series will begin tomorrow. And I'll be following. I'll be keeping tabs, and I'll do my best to report. Now, y'all forgive me. I'm not too familiar with everybody's names and resumes just yet. I'm learning along as I go. In fact, the back catcher for the Florida Gators, I got to say that she's one of my favorites. Actually, the pitcher for Texas, young lady Mac Morgan, I believe her name is. She's been the standout for me. She's just a dog on that mound. I personally was a pitcher in my baseball playing days, so I resonate, a lot with pitchers. Mac Morgan is a beast, and she happens to be the ace for the Texas Longhorns. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be a clash between Oklahoma and Texas, another installment to the Red River rivalry. As I lived in Texas for a decade plus and was privy, to a lot of the Red River rivalry matchups, whether it was college football, college basketball, college wrestling. Now we're getting an addition from college softball. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to read a little bit of this article just so I can be informative as well as share my commentary on what I saw from the game. One more comment I do want to make before I read this article. Jeez Louise. This young lady, gotta get Coleman, Jaden Coleman. What's her name? Sorry, guys. Jada Coleman hits a walk-off home run to end the game. And I gotta say, man, this is why I love sports. This Oklahoma Sooners team really showed the heart of a champion, showed championship DNA, and was able to come back as they were down 5-2, I believe, going into the 4th inning. The bottom of the 4th, but they rallied. And of course, you got to give Miss Coleman, Jada Coleman, her credit, give her flowers as she was able to, catapult her team back to an opportunity to win another championship. I do want to say, that as I was watching this game, Jada Coleman did pop out earlier, show some frustration. I felt bad for her. I've been there myself as a baller, and I can't be more happier for her to see her rebound like this, and like I said, give her team an opportunity to win another championship. But again, let me read this article really quick, y'all. This is the article that kind of I read immediately after the game. So it didn't take much for Jada Coleman to lift her line drive toward the outfield grass. It kind of comes natural to her. After all, she's a four-time All-American and three-time national champion who has a career 719 slugging percentage to her name, which is very impressive. That is highly impressive. She's pretty much a guaranteed hit walking up to the plate. But as her shot but as her shot approached the outfield wall, she didn't exactly know what to expect. Then, in an instant, the glimmering neon green ball receded behind the barrier, escaping Florida outfielder Corby Otis's desperate leap. The Sooners had won, the Gators had lost, and Coleman, a mercurial outfielder who only had one at bat earlier, was slamming her bat in frustration after a pop out. Ended the game as the hero. Yeah. I remember seeing that exactly. Coleman's walk-off blast was the difference on the Tuesday afternoon as Oklahoma advanced to its fourth consecutive World Women's College World Series. There we go. Final, outgunning number six seeded Florida 6-5 in extra innings. It wasn't the smoothest performance for the Sooners, who fell behind early after Jocelyn Erickson. That's the young lady. Top three, as far as these talented young ladies I've been watching. She's one of my favorite right there. There's another young lady I should shout out to, the Stanford pitcher. She pitched a phenomenal game yesterday. Um, it wasn't the smoothest performance for the Sooners, who fell behind early after Jocelyn Erickson and Ariel Kowalewski. I hope I'm saying her name right. Went deep in the opening two innings. Oklahoma continued to try to keep it close, putting his first runs on the board with Ella Parker's mash. Nevertheless, Florida's offense continued to flex his might with another home run, and it looked like it could be the Sooners' death knell. That is until OU came to life. It started at the bottom of the fourth when Sydney Sanders took a mishappen Keegan Rock effort deep to cut the Gators' lead to one. 2 innings later, the Sooners were back into it. Freshman phenom Ella Parker drove in the game-tying run with a worm burner in the gap. Uh, things remain even into extras. Then Coleman found life, took Rothrock's effort into right field, and didn't look back. Now awaits a date with longtime Big 12 rivals, number one seeded Texas. That's the gist of the article. It's a little bit more. If y'all want to read it, it's on sportingnews.com. But yeah, we're about to get another installment of the Red River rivalry now. A couple of my favorite players I will be watching. Of course, Jada Coleman of the Oklahoma Sooners, Mac Morgan of the Texas Longhorns. And I will be doing my due diligence, ladies and gentlemen, to report all updates. If you do want to, keep up with me, I'll be giving live updates on my Twitter, Tony the Savant. So just swing over there if you want to keep up with play-by-play analysis. But other than that, very excited, and again excited for the Oklahoma Sooners to win in such a dramatic fashion, and also give themselves an opportunity to make history. I'm a very big fan of the three-peat, win as long as you can. That's my thing. I'm not one of those sports fans that get winner's fatigue or start hating on the team because they're dominant. That's never been my thing. I always thought that was a weird aspect about sports fans. But anywho, I would love to see the Oklahoma Sooners four-peat, as well as see the Texas Longhorns win their first one. As a adopted Texan myself, I always cheer for the Texas schools, the Texas universities, and whichever one is in the mix. Not as a natural Texan. I ain't got a dedication to one particular school. I think that you got to be a real Texan for that matter. But me personally, when the Texas schools are in the mix, I do try to lend my support to them. As an adopted Texas. So if the Texas Longhorns softball team was able to capture their first one, I'll be happy for them. Oklahoma Sooners able to finish off history and get their fourth. And then now I'm reading about this young lady, Jada Coleman. If she's able to four-peat, she would have won a championship every year that she was in college. Very impressive for the resume. Reminds me a little bit of Breonna Stewart of the New York Liberty. As she spent her collegiate years at UConn and was able to win a championship every year she was there. So a lot of storylines, a lot of excitement. 3-game series that begins tomorrow. I don't know if they show what the kickoff time was, but anywho, I'll make sure that I go live. Y'all just again, if you want to keep up with it, follow me on Twitter. And also got some T-shirts, man. The Legacy Over Money T-shirts, Legacy Over Money Sportswear has officially launched. So I got 2 designs out, one men's, one women's. If y'all like to take a look at those, I'll be posting them on my YouTube community as well. I already got I already got it on my Facebook page. So if you follow me over there, check out the designs. Also just launched a page, a Facebook page for the shirts. So it's just a lot of work and very little sleep going on right now in the Tony Savant offices. But anywho, thank y'all for the love and support. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, as well as hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live. I thank y'all. Can't thank you enough. Peace.